We've patiently waited for this, and now it is finally here. That's right, 8-man squads has just hit the test servers and now is available. You can queue up with 4 of your friends or by yourself and be thrown into an 8-man squad. If communication was not hard enough already with 4 people, it's now a 2x cluster.
Alright, they're getting a 4-star in my Uber rating.
Speaking of 2x, you can now expect to find twice the amount of rifles in the game as well. Sadly, this is only available in third person as of right now, which kind of does trigger me a little bit. Bluehole, you have a huge competitive esports scene right now. Don't throw first person under the bus. You also will not rank on the leaderboards in this event game mode, but you still will get paid that sweet, sweet BP. If you read the update, they kind of teased this as an introduction to something more, that in the future there's going to be more game modes to choose from. But what exactly does that mean? Is there going to be zombies versus players? Maybe a vehicle-based auto royale? Who's going to be in charge of creating event modes? Is this going to be something that's put in the hands of the community? Or is this going to be something that Bluehole specifically creates for us? I think it's a good change of pace. You play the same rounds of PUBG over and over. Maybe you take it seriously. Maybe you just want to break. Maybe you want to do something different. I think this is going to give the game that type of dynamic. There's so many possibilities, and quite frankly, I'm excited. These modes will help keep the game fresh and introduce even more people into the game who don't already play it. In the advent of this new game mode, people are criticizing Bluehole, claiming that they are copying Fortnite. Fortnite recently released a similar game mode not too long ago. And to that, I say, well, I don't really think that Bluehole copied this idea entirely. The idea for 8-man squads was thrown around sometime to mid to late last year, but it was never implemented. I think it's also interesting that it also wasn't included in the roadmap. It just suddenly came out, and I think that's a response to the Fortnite update. I feel like Fortnite didn't necessarily influence this Bluehole decision to release this. I think they influenced Bluehole's decision to release it earlier. Lastly, we have confirmation of the flare gun. This actually came out in custom games, I believe, last week, which they say is, quote, one of the features that will be included in our next iteration. And if you don't know, the flare gun can be used to call in extra thick airdrops that contain double the loot. They land about 150 meters away from where they're fired. They're bright and they're loud, just like me. But my question is, what is an iteration? Is this going to be a part of the base game, or is this going to be part of event mode? Do you think the ability to call in an airdrop with a flare gun will throw off the balance of the current game? How do you think this is going to work in a competitive environment? I have a lot of questions. I think any event or any aspect of the game that brings players together to fight and not hide in buildings is good. But I want to know what you think. Do you think this is for better or for worse? Do you think Bluehole is copying from Fortnite? And if they are, do you think it's wrong? So let me know in the comments below what you think. And for more news and shenanigans, click subscribe. And I will see you boys on the battlefield.
You stupid fat habit, so
You guys are so loud.